It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began.
With FlexShopper.com, I was able to get a new fridge for only $28 a week. We scored a new 4K HD.
One time for the Batman, remember I'm the little runner J. Every time I turn my back around so I left the city, made a move out to the A. They asked him, is he straight? Great, girl, you can't control right here. Please get the back, pretty penny ain't worth. Had to edit that PDSY up next. Workaholics and me, I need a Rolex. Deshaun, he need a Rolex.
It's your 15th season. You haven't missed a game this year. You've been averaging a triple-double since February. How would you describe where your game's at right now?
I can show you vouchers. I'm rolling sweets. I'm smoking sour. Married to the game, but she broke her vows. That's why my bars are full of broken bottles, and my nightstands are full of open Bibles. I think about more than I forget, but I don't go around fire expecting not to sweat. And these niggas know I lay them down, make your bed. Bitches try to kick me while I'm down, I break your leg. Money outweighing problems on a triple beam. I'm sticking to the script, you niggas skipping scenes. Be good or be good at it. Fucking right, I got my gun, send me automatic. Put the dick in their mouth, so I guess it's fuck what they say. I'm high as a bitch, up in the way, man. I come down in a couple of days. They play me up in the cage, then I'll come out in beast mode. I got this world stuck in a safe combination. Is the cheat code? This busy motherfucker blood gang, and I'm in bleed mode. All about my dope, but I don't even check the push obviously. So you can me back, but won't let me down. Again. No love lost, no love found.
It's a little too late to say that you're sorry now. You kicked me when I was down.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here. And
I miss you too,
and I'm really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here.
I miss you too, Ernie.
Yeah, me too. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Boston Celtics. Taking a look at the Celtics.
We're at the sold-out and noisy Oracle Arena. We've got the Boston Celtics facing the NBA champion Golden State Warriors. And well, guys, DA, thank you. And by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. LC Rev, we have the East against the West tonight. These two teams always seem to get up to play one another. They don't see each other that much, but I think they enjoy it when they do.
Oh, yeah, they love it because a little bad blood can make for a great game. So fans, sit back and get ready to enjoy this one. They've had this one circled for a while, whether they'll admit it or not.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Baca is out there with Bird. Then it's Williams. And it's Thompson, and it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. Jordan with it. Pass to Durant. Shoots over Bird. Great D that time from Bird. Ibaka in the post. He's guarded by Harrington. Ibaka, no luck. Harrington, the pass to Jordan. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. The 15-footer. The rebound by Ibaka.
You got to give the D credit there. It affected him. He didn't have much room to get the shot off.
Coach Kerr always focused on, Chris, what he calls the possession game. Turnovers and offensive rebounds.
Yeah, Kevin, when you think about it, for the Warriors, it's hard to believe, but they love making turnovers, and Coach, he's trying to control them giving extra possessions to the team. Because when they do that, their defense and shot making still usually went out.
And he'll take that. The nice, easy
mid-range jumper, first bucket of the day.
That's all you want, is a good shot to get yourself in a rhythm. For him, he's going to want a lot more than that to come.
Williams kicks to Gobert. And a new group in for the Celtics. Leitner's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Nance comes in for Serge Ibaka. Doncic is checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's McKee in for Jason Williams. Leitner the pass to Bird. Nice ball movement by Boston. Nance sets a screen for Doncic. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
To the inside. Jordan inside, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
They set the pick. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's Leitner. Ori defending. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3 seconds left. Warriors trail by 4. Now here's Jordan. It's Hill on the wing. Jordan kicks to Hill. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jumper off the screen. Got a hand on it. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Tries it from the top of the key. That shot off the mark. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Boston on top, up 4. Kevin Durant talked about his teammates and about the Warriors roster, the envy of every team. And
I like our depth. I like that we could play,
Greg, KD has a lot of help with this team.
And that's why he signed with the Warriors. But even with all their talent, you can bet Durant is going to be leading the charge.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And when you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what do you think?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Yeah, closing down the lane, closing out on perimeter shooters. Interesting first quarter.
We've got Ori. Hill is out there with Mirotic. And it's Jared Bayless. And it's Jordan in at the 2 spot.
What you say just don't hurt me. That's right, it don't hurt me. I don't need you no more. Don't wanna see you no more. Bitch, you get no love. You show me nothing but hate. You ran me into the ground.
LeBron, express yourself, LeBron.
You don't hurt, and I don't need you no more. Don't wanna see you no more. Bitch, you get no love.
You told me a couple weeks ago that you thought your play was at an all-time high. You heard the MVP chants. What is your motivation year 15?
I don't need you no more.
Do you believe me?
Wide open. And he says I'm going to
been in my whole entire life.
working big time.
These people's ears perk up as I begin to spaz with the pen. I'm a little bit sicker than most. Shit's finna get thick.
Regular season. Chris, talk about what you expect to see this year in the league overall, the feel you think you're going to get.
Well, I think there's going to be 2 sides. It's a copycat league, so you're going to see some teams that are going to try to speed up the play. You're going to see some teams that try to increase 3-pointers. and decrease their mid-range jumpers. And then reality will set in, and then they'll have to kind of get back to playing regular basketball. But for some teams, it's just straight development. How can you develop your young players and get them along with maybe some veterans who are going to be transitioned out in the middle of the year? So right now for coaches, GMs, presidents, there's a lot of optimism, but there's also a lot of prodding and self-examination to see where they will be a year from now, as opposed to putting all their eggs in this season.
Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Boston. Klay Thompson comes in for Larry Bird. Here's Francis, guarded by Key. And Durant gets it to go.
Almost 7 feet tall. I mean, Durant is a fantastic interior scorer. He uses his height well.
To the right side. Doncic passes to Gobert. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Celtics. Baca comes in for Thaddeus Young. And it's Williams in for Doncic. And Gobert kicks to Thompson. Just 5 to shoot. That shot misses. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. This, of course, being game 1 of the season, is their first look at the Celtics.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just 2 powerhouse teams facing off.
I mean, who knows? If you want to look all the way ahead to the finals, it's possible these teams could see each other there. So both teams looking to make a statement in their first meeting of the season.
Count it. Good.
And you know what? And it's just the feel that Thompson has, using the screen to his full advantage.
Warriors have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. The pass to Jordan. Harrington the screen. Jordan kicks to Durant. Over Ibaka. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Durant's got the lead up to 3 now for the Warriors. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Ibaka sets the pit for Williams. Pass to Ibaka. Passes to Gobert. Screen by Ibaka. The Celtics have missed both of their free throws tonight. 0 for 2 so far.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
The free throw drops from McKee. And some changes here for the Celtics. Larry Nance is checked in for Gobert. And it's Bird in for Jason Williams. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Bayless. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Six on the shot clock. The 19-foot shot. And no good that time.
That's giving him too much space from mid-range. It doesn't hurt him there, but they can't keep doing it.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. They only had a couple rough stretches, and as the first period came to a close, they had a 4-point deficit. They went into attack mode in the second quarter and came from behind to jump in front here at the half, even though it's just a 1-point lead. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, so far, they've taken care of their business here at home.
And that wraps up the halftime.
We welcome you back to the beautiful Bay Area with the lights of Oakland illuminating the evening. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. We've seen Michael Jordan really having a great game.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
Terrific first half on offense. This is how you draw it up. We'll see if they can maintain that efficiency going forward.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Celtics, Bird is out there with Ibaka. And it's Rudy Gobert. And it's Thompson. And it's Williams at the 1 spot.
Well, Durant covers a ton of ground with this limb, using his wingspan to wipe away shots.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possesses.
And stolen by Jordan. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
An elite rim protector, Ibaka has the highly desired combination of athleticism and timing.
The Warriors shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And just last season, they were at about 82% from the free throw line. So those numbers are always going to be positive.
Leitner's checked in for the Celtics. Doncic comes in for Thompson. Williams a screen. Here's Bird. That one wide left.
That's a great job to converge on him inside and prevent that easily.
See, we have a great defensive team last season. What's surprising is that the Celtics didn't create that many turnovers, though.
Yeah, 23rd in the league in steals. They don't gamble a lot, but they are active and they're relentless. And they have a coach who makes great in-game adjustments.
Pass to Leitner. Over Jordan. Boston again missing. Warriors leading by 6. To the middle. The basket good off the assist from Durant. That's 12 points for Michael.
They've leaned on him tonight, and he's delivered with some great shooting.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And looking at Luka Doncic, incredibly mature for his age. Physically, the broad shoulders, weighing in about 230. Mentally, though, advanced understanding of how to play the game.
Both teams changing it up here. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. The Warriors, number 1.
Do they love to run? I mean, nobody did it better. They would get out in the lanes and push the ball even after makes.
The shot's good from Bayless.
Great set play. Laying down the screen and setting up the easy chance.
McKee, the pass to Leitner. To the wing on the left. Bird against Ori. The 10-footer. Bird misses. Warriors leading by 8.
If they increase the tempo, they got a chance at a 2-for-1.
Yeah, it's a combination of urgency and efficiency. Let's see how they execute.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
We'll give the coach a little credit. It's been some great play calling. Each guy doing his part. This is what you're hoping to achieve.
There's the pick. Here's McKee. Mirajic grabs the miss.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Warriors have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Just 4 seconds left in the third. And Thompson launches it from deep. No good. Shot missing. And so it's the Golden State Warriors enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Defensively, And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Games like this, you find out what's...
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Warriors leading by 12. Chris, of current players who could eventually become coaches, who would you put in that category? There are a lot of brilliant guys that play this game, think the game through so well.
Chris Paul, Ariza, those guys come to mind for some reason to me. Klay Thompson,
yes,
he comes to mind. And I don't know if it's the personality that I see these guys in or if it's the way that they approach the game. But, those guys come to mind. I definitely can see them taking the game to another level once their playing days have ended.
We've got Ori, who's out there with Durant, and it's Bayless in at the point. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That is his first foul of the game. Michael Jordan is checked in for the Warriors. Boston also with the sub. Gobert's checked in. Jordan kicks to Durant. Over Nance. No good from Durant.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still get the wrong result.
Bayless, the pass to Durant. Back to Bayless. The pass to Ori. Golden State moving the ball around. Good. Bulls got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Warriors. Celtics trail by 14. McKee kicked Thompson over Jordan. And Thompson at time on the assist by McKee.
A defender right there. I mean, that's a tough shot right there by Thompson over the contesting hand. I mean, we'll see him do that time and time again.
Durant against Nance. Durant, the pass to Bayless. With the teardrop. Unable to get that one. McKee with the defensive effort. The Celtics shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Thompson right side. It's tipped. Now here's Bayless. Guarded by McKee. Teardrop shot. He takes it up and puts it in. Bayless has got the lead up to 14 now for the Warriors. Now a timeout called by Boston. They're behind by 14. We've got 1:08 left in the game. Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Michael Jordan.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Warriors.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jordan.
He had those defenders shaking their heads. There were times when they thought they had a handle on him. And then just like that, he'd go off on another tear.
Mirotic, a screen on Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hill can't hit that one. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Here's Nance. That one a little long. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Williams against Carter Williams. Inside. Ori kicks to Mirotic. Over Nance. Mirotic's shot is off. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.
saying that y'all that was fun. Where's Ollie? With the
They say the competition is stiff, but I get a hard dick from the shit now. Stick it in. I ain't never giving up. James, rip pressure. Look at these rappers, how I treat them. So why the fuck would I join them when I beat them? They call me a freak cause I like to spit on these pussies before I eat them. Man, get these whack suckers off stage. Where the fuck is Kanye when you need them? The mic for them, bitch. I'ma let you finish in a minute. Yeah, that rappers tight, but I'm punished with the greatest verse of all time. So you might wanna go back to the lab tonight and scribble out them rhymes you were gonna spit and start over from scratch and write new ones. But I'm afraid that it ain't gonna make no difference when I rip the stage and tear it in half tonight. It's an adrenaline rush. You feel the bass dump from the place all the way to the parking lot. Set fire to the mic, ignite the crowd. You can see the sparks from my mouth. Cold hearted from the devil, guard of the game. I so started to rock. I look them not even in my harshness. You can still get roasted cause marshes. Now mellow till I'm top, pulling from the top. I'm not gonna stop. I'm standing on my monopoly board. That means I'm on top of my game and it don't stop till my hip don't hop anymore. When you're so good that you can't say cause it ain't even cool for you to sound cocky anymore. People just get sick cause you spit these fools can't drool that you're gonna drop anymore. Must drive. Philadelphia players ain't letting up relentless. I smell blood. I don't give a fuck. Keep giving them hell. Where was you when I fell and needed help? Off, you get no love. It's a little too late to say that you're sorry now. You can speak well. You showed me nothing but hate. You ran me into the ground. But what comes around comes around. And you don't hurt me. That's right. You don't hurt me. I don't need you no more. Don't wanna see you no more. Bitch, you get no love. Bitch, you get no love. And I don't need you no more. Bitch, you get no love.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here. And
I miss you too, Ernie.
And I'm really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here,
I
too.
miss you too, Ernie.
Thank you. Me too.
And we've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. This is Kevin Harlan at the table alongside Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge from the sideline. Opening night of the regular season, blue sky for every team, Doris. Optimism is high. Players thinking about all the possibilities ahead.
No doubt. It's a time of tremendous optimism for both the teams and the fans of these teams. And the culmination of the work you put into the offseason, who's improved their skill level, who's added a dimension to their offensive game. We're all salivating for the start of this year.
Can't wait. We got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So for Oklahoma City right now, Malone is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Curry. Then there's Irving. And it's Towns in at the center, filling out the middle.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Boy, just a step quicker than the defense, really. Catching them off guard and capitalizing well.
And James picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Curry against Hill. Curry passes to Towns. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials to the contact and Hill should do.
When you think about Billy Donovan, to me, he's a guy who values trust and building relationships with players. This guy is not a dictator. He wants to help players grow and develop, and that helps you win.
First one falls for him. And for Coach Billy Donovan, the process of developing NBA players, Doris, has to be different than it was in college.
Oh, no doubt. At the pro level, many guys are making more money than you are. A lot of them have families. They've already grown into themselves. But to me, he still emphasizes the fact that great relationships with your players is important.
And there's the call on Curry. That is his first foul of the game. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far.
To me, that's about the length and strength of upper body by Karl Anthony Towns. He's just destroying people with his defense. Well, he's a guy that can adapt and adjust to any defense he's up against. It's really something to watch.
No good from Valanciunas.
Well, the defense harassing him every step of the way makes that a really tough look.
It's stolen by Hill. The three from Harden. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Well, we've seen this over the course of George Hill's career. So savvy, finding the open man.
All right, now let's find out what head coach Nick Nurse had to say to David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. What he said they're concerned with most is slowing down transition. He said those guys can cause problems if we let them get on the fast break. So stopping space and pace is priority number one. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Harden can't hit.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And stolen by James. Hill drives in. He can't hit that time. Curry with some nice D. They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
And it's Towns missing. The Raptors have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Here's James. That's good from 17 feet away.
Well, this guy can fill it up from anywhere. James is adept at realizing when to take advantage of that mid-range game he possesses.
Now here's Curry. There's 10 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. 5 to shoot. Knocked loose. Here's Cousins. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And just the rugged nature of Cousins getting into the body there offensively.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Raptors leading by 4. And we'll get the second quarter. One of the most talented big men in the game, DeMarcus Cousins.
In a player that thought he knew it all.
You know, Greg, you see it on the floor now. When Cousins keeps his emotions in check, he's a force on the floor.
And Kevin, that's the key. When he's focused on the game and not the refs, he is almost unstoppable.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. Taking a look here at the Raptors' performance here, guys. What have they been doing or not doing, in your opinion?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Not at all. Every time they get the ball, they're looking to burn the defense in transition.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Holiday out there with Curry. Then there's Markkanen. Then there's Bell. And it's Morris at the 5 down low. With college basketball expanding the three-point arc out to FIBA range, Doris, does that set the table, you think, for the NBA to move its arc, their three-point shooting line, out as well?
I think one of the things that I would like to see, Kevin, is a more unified game across countries, right? We've talked about the NBA and basketball in particular becoming a more global game. I think one thing that I'd really love to see at the lower levels of basketball in the formative stages is young players have to play with a shot clock. Because what that forces those players to do is be three-tool players. Under duress of a shot clock, you better be able to put the ball on the deck, make a pass, or take a shot. So I think the more we can normalize a set of international rules, the better basketball is going to be long-term.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. This, of course, their first chance to take a look at this year's Toronto squad.
And remember, they won both games in this matchup last year. No small feat.
Now, these two teams could easily end up meeting to decide the NBA championship. Tonight could be a preview of something with more on the line down the road.
Outside, Green. Oh, and here comes Curry all alone. And he finishes the break with a lay-in. Curry's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, you know, off any missed opportunity on one end, Steph Curry has got his mind on getting out in transition and a bucket there waiting for him at the end.
Harden dishes to Grant. Here's Manning. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Harden's shot is off.
Boy, with that much space around him, maybe he's better off attacking the basket than settling for the jumper.
And Bell kicks to Holiday. 58 seconds left to play in the first half. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. 6 on the shot clock. Fires top of the key. The shot, no good. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Curry kicks to Markkanen. Curry, a screen on Green. Three-pointer, Markkanen. The rebound by Grant.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You know, that's okay, I think. Even though they missed, they still have to be happy with the shot selection.
Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. There's a...
The King Kong banging on your chest. You could beat the world, you could beat the war. You can talk to God, goes banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you can find yourself. Standing in the Hall of Fame, yeah. And the world's gonna know your name, yeah. Cause you burn with the most flame, yeah. And the world's gonna know your name, yeah. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You can go the distance, you can run the mile. You can walk straight through hell with a smile. You could be the hero, you could be gold. Breaking over records they thought never could be broke. Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. You ain't never gonna know if you never even try. Do it for your country, do it for your name. Cause there's gonna be a day when you're standing in the Hall of Fame, yeah. Nations be preachers. Be believers, be leaders. Be astronauts, be champions. Sitting in the Hall of Fame. And the world's gonna know your name. There's a man with the brown brain. And the world's gonna know your name. Every other one to the Hall of Fame. You can be the greatest, you can be the best. You can be a dream come hanging on your chest. You can be the champion, you can be the world. I'm a champion, hanging on the wall. You can be the champion, you can be the crop. You can
15 seconds left now here in the second. Harden against Irving. Pass to Cousins. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Cousins has got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, and his inside game is about as good as it gets. Cousins loves operating out of that low block, and there is...
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 13 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, their shooting accuracy was on point. It was good play calling, of course, by the coaching staff, but it was great execution by the team.
And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Well, on offense, I like to see them play.
And now with the second half about...
We return now to Toronto with a fantastic look at sunset at the downtown skyline of Toronto, Ontario. Wow, what a great view. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
And it's mattered not, Greg, whether he's been spotting up or creating for himself. He was unstoppable, and you hope it carries over to the second half.
Aaron Gordon out there with Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Harden. Then there's Hill. And it's James in at the small forward. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. And just an impossible shot to guard at times. Doris, when you think of that step-back jump shot in the league, it's lethal. And there are a couple guys who have perfected it.
Well, 2 in particular. James Harden, that step-back that he added is now unguardable. And Steph Curry as well. Those 2 men, when they decide to get to that step-back jumper, turn the lights out, close the gym doors, and step back because it's going in.
You'd be hard-pressed to find another shooter in history with better range than Steph Curry. Those deep threes are nothing for him.
LeBron against Cousins. And Valanciunas kicks to Harden. Takes it from 10. Cousins pulls it in. The Thunder with the lead. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
And then Cousins with the dunk.
Well, wow. Kev, how about that fantastic look by Steph Curry? The ability to create and make the guys around him better.
Harden the pass to LeBron. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. 1 more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. And the Thunder with some changes. Lowry Markkanen comes in for Towns. And it's Holiday in for Curry.
Well, I'll tell you, if you work as hard as LeBron James, as he did in that instance, he's a physical force inside. That's going to be his shot every time.
Irving kicks to Holiday. Cousins with a screen for Holiday. Dishes it to Markkanen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Irving. Again, the Thunder score.
Well, the key there is Kyrie Irving did a great job setting up his defender on the pick and roll, and it led to the score.
Pass to Smart. Over Irving. And Smart with the basket on the assist by Hill. And the Raptors lead by 1. 44 seconds left here in the third quarter. Hill against Holiday. To the middle. Markkanen, good. Markkanen's got his first points of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Outside Hill. Back to Smart. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. And Toronto making a change here. Green's checked in. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Markieff Morris is checked in for Karl Malone. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Smart. And that one hits back iron.
The D slow to rotate, and he misses out on an easy chance from mid-range.
Here's Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Well, Kyrie Irving, if you're open, he will find you. This guy is a scorer, but he understands others have got to come along with him.
Hill passes to Mann. Over Cousins. Oh, he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And you can't end the period any better than that.
Well, you call that a perfect closeout. You love the aggressiveness.
And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Toronto trailing. So for Oklahoma City right now, Holiday out there with Irving. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. And it's Cousins in a power forward. Grant kicks to Smart. Can't cash in from close range.
Boy, a kickout's probably a better option when the defense is swarming around like that.
Towns, a screen on Smart. Steps back and fires. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
And why take that contested shot? I mean, make the extra pass.
Well, that's a head scratch. When the defense is in your grill, move the ball.
It's tipped.
And how about Markkanen using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
It's deflected. Now Green. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. And that one misses.
And remember the buzz. It was huge around Manning when he was taken with that #1 pick in the draft. And you know what? It should have been. This guy was a stud for all 4 years in college.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Valanciunas is checked in for Green. Gordon comes in for Grant. And it's James Harden in for Smart.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
What a pickup George Hill is. This guy's such a capable player on both ends. Smart, intelligent, lightning-quick reflexes by the point guard.
And Toronto making a change here. James is checked in. Here's Cousins. That one drops for him.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
It really is, Greg. These squads are evenly matched. They are going at it right now.
Harden against Irving. Harden kicks to Hill. Valanciunas sets a screen for Hill. They get the rebound. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Kevin.
I'm back, like I never left. Another sprint, another step, another day, another breath. Been chasing dreams, but I never slept. I got a new attitude and a lease on life is a peace of mind. Seeking to find I can sleep when I die. Want a piece of the pie, got the keys to the ride and shit. I'm straight. I'm on my way. Get up my way. I'm running late. What can I say? I heard you died twice. Once when they bury you in the grave, and the second time is the last time that somebody mentions your name. So when I leave here on this earth, did I take more than I gave? Did I look out for the people, or did I do it all for fame? Legend is Exodus, searching for euphoria, trudging through the mud to find the present, no ignoring us. Got 20,000 deep off in the street like we some warriors. My mama told me never bow your head.
I feel glorious, glorious. Got a chance to start again. I was born for this, born for this. It's who I am, I couldn't forget. I made it through the darkest part of the night.
Well, 60% of his shots, that's what I call an efficient performance. And a team loves having someone that dependable they can rely on.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge. Reporting from the sidelines.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to listen to what Billy Donovan said to his team. If this game's still up for grabs, he told his team, hey, we're in position to take this one, guys. Let's stay focused and stay together, and we'll get it done. See how it plays out, Kevin.
Stolen by Gordon and stolen by Cousins. Here's LeBron. Connects.
No doubt. You love seeing him knock down the clutch basket.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Curry kicks to Cousins. Here's the teardrop. Here's Towns. Great D that time from LeBron.
His high percentage shot right at the rim, and he's wondering what happened.
Basket good.
Boy, Kev, those are the instincts of LeBron James that we're witnessing. Just terrific at sensing when the defense has left one of his guys open.
Curry, wide open. Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're behind by 2. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Seconds left in the game. Back to Cousins. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Valanciunas reads the play and snuffs it out. That's the kind of defense you need from the 5 spot.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ballgame.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
Malone, no up. And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job. All right, David, thank you. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone.
you.